Why is it that on every single occasion, every single person wants Black Americans to fall out for them, especially immigrants? And you know the annoying and the painful part, ungrateful immigrants. A lot of them that are not grateful for the fact that Black American built America that they are enjoying today always want Black Americans to show out for them, to stand with them, because we are the same skin type, because we are the same hair type or hair texture, blah, blah, blah. While when it is the turn for them to stand for Black Americans, you can literally never see them standing out for Black Americans. Why? And that is why I will keep saying this, and I will continue to say this. As a Black American person, you do not need to vibe with anybody that is not vibing with you. That is just the honest truth. I'm saying this as a full-blooded African. Because a lot of Africans have noticed is they so worship white folks. They worship white folks so much that whenever they see a white person, even right here in Africa, it looks like they're seeing God or they are seeing something else. But whenever they see a Black American person, the first thing that is coming to their head is these people are lazy. These people that can't even do anything. I don't know where all of that scenario is actually coming from. But if I see Black Americans saying we are no longer helping, we are no longer supporting, we're no longer coming out for any single immigrant. In fact, be it that person is a Nigerian immigrant. In fact, be it that person is me. Honestly, I will not blame them. I will not judge them because these people has gone through a whole lot. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, I want us to just watch this video so that you can let me know your honest opinion in the comment section. Let's get right into this video and I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch.
You can't cosplay as us anymore. You can't say, oh, let me drop whatever language I speak at home and start talking like a brother and get reparations or get anything that's specifically Black. You don't want that. The last thing you want is delineation, but every time I turn around on somebody's Instagram, they got 15 flags and none of them are American. But they want to tell us how we lazy and we need this, that, and the third. But it was our ancestors that got you immigration, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. We did all of that. Now it's our turn. And because we're saying we're foundational Black Americans, because if anybody understood their history, the majority of Black Americans, when you look at the slaves, the majority of the slaves did not come here. There was a very small percentage, and then they bred us like cattle, had us sleeping like rabbits. The term mother came from what they made us do to us. So we have no place to go home to. You can go back to Lagos. You can go back to Nigeria. You can go back to the Ivory Coast. You can go wherever you came from. And since you're so better, why ain't you there? But you do not have a right to sit up here and say that we can't fight for our rights or have the right to delineate. We have a culture. We have a culture so good that Akon came over here and cosplayed as one of us. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I'm speaking for Black Americans when I say we didn't start any of this. So when it comes to any of you tethers, any of you people that sit there and try to say, oh, Black Americans did this to me, Black Americans called me a booty scratcher, grow the hell up. Because this goes well beyond calling somebody a name way back when. This spans to you guys economically cutting us off. This spans to you guys discriminating against us, following us around your stores. This stems from you guys stealing how we talk, stealing how we dress. But let us put any Black American in any of you guys' clothing. You guys have outrage. You have all types of appall. You guys discriminate against us in all communities, all places we go to. There's Black cosplayers that get discriminated against because they can't look pale enough for the character for a lot of people's understanding, right? You get a bunch of Africans from all nations that get on TikTok talking about some, oh, Black Americans don't know where they come from. You get Hispanics that say, me no Black, discriminate against us. They love using discriminating words against us. All of y'all like saying the N-word. Now keep in mind, male people have words for all of you, and you still rarely have ever seen a black American use any of these terms that are derogatory for any of your groups, because we have more class and we actually can roast y'all too. So I understand how you guys have to try to hit low and dirty, but that's still pathetic, and that shows a lot about your character and your morals, because we don't go looking for trouble. Before you get on my page or any of our pages and say, hey, you should stop talking about us, you should go directly to that community. Go look up all of the thousands of videos they've made, hundreds and thousands of videos they've made years and years back, while you guys have all these little stereotypes. You guys came up with words for us. So that already starts this stuff on you guys threw the rock as soon as you decided, hey, let's us as a community make up a special word for these people that we emulate, but we hate on daily. You guys don't let us work in your establishments, but you can go to an Atlanta club and you can see all types of people working there. And these are black owned clubs. Regardless, this is my thing. Black people, black Americans, we don't try to get y'all kicked out to get other black Americans in. That's some really grimy stuff that all of y'all do. But there's certain communities that definitely do it more. And then it's funny how all of you guys think that white people always have to be brought up when it comes to discrimination against us. This shows how much you guys pander to racist white people and supremacy, because they always have to be brought up in conversation. And I'm also going to point out to supremacists, hey, do you guys know that they always bring y'all up in conversations when we're roasting them about them stealing, them being thieves, them getting handouts and talking about we build America, them talking about where the reason why America is where it is today, even though America was what it is today for them to run and flee here and then illegally enter here, right? And then you guys act like we pick sides when it comes to all of you wicked, corrupt people. If you're out there supporting people doing illegal activity, meaning running through the country and breaking the law, and then they're the main ones breaking the law, you're a detriment and you're wicked to the United States of America too. What a lot of you guys don't understand is black Americans, we're on the side of what's right. You guys are on the side of whatever helps out your community. You guys are on the side of whatever BS, stereotypes, evil, wicked, idealistic things that your community is deflecting on us. Everything that you guys say about us is all based upon you guys' own stereotypes. I mean, how you guys' communities are set up. You guys talk about thieving, but breaking the law by, getting benefits illegally, that's still illegal. That's being a criminal. And a lot of you guys have generational wealth and every single business based upon your criminality of your community. So even if you didn't directly do it, your community is a community of criminality, meaning that you guys have started your journey here on criminality. As soon as you decide to go into a country and then decide to illegally stay there, you're breaking the law. You're a criminal. And the thing is, like I said, if you actually have some type of class, logic, and reasoning, go do that in any other country. Where does it say in the United States Constitution, we allow people to break the law, we allow people to illegally stay here, we allow people to benefit off of the United States citizens just because it's been the norm and they've gotten away with it? You guys do know criminality, they say it catches up to you. And what a lot of you guys don't get is you're criminals. This is why you have criminal thought processes like this. When you're righteous, you want criminals behind bars, you want everybody to follow rules because it makes sure everything is safe for everybody. It makes sure everything's perfect and fair for everybody. So it doesn't matter your skin complexion. It just seems that a lot of you, certain communities, you guys have certain criminalities that are now prioritized. For instance, the Somalis are running around saying that they're going to harm United States citizens. They are constantly putting out misinformation all over the internet. They have a bunch of kids that they had out of, brother, husband, like marriages, ancestral relationships, having these babies with disabilities and stuff. They have a really big problem in the UK with Afghanis about this. This is why I said it. No, you guys, I can literally say stuff about you guys' communities and it sounds like it's an insult, but you guys actually just go out of your way to insult my community. This is where it all stemmed from. Somalis didn't even come up in my mindset until I started hearing about them stealing $8 billion. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. And then I didn't have to make a video about that. But once I seen the video of you guys having a community meeting about black Americans coming from one night stands, like all of us coming from one night stands, and you guys were having a meeting. Now keep in mind, you guys' IQ scores are very low. So you shouldn't be telling people misinformation and lies, especially if it's going to affect the communities that you're around. So you have a whole city with a bunch of you low IQ people, that now are having meetings discriminating against American populations that are locals here. You're talking bad and saying, and then a lot of you are saying that the white people set you guys up. I don't care. All criminals belong behind bars. So now you guys are sitting here trying to say, oh, those criminals will be persecuted and they belong here. And regardless of the money that they steal, it's used here, right? So the issue right now we have is we have to prioritize foreign criminals with low IQs that are now running around spreading their culture, saying they're going to push their religion on people. And they also are known to do marriages with underage children. They have literally guys, their leadership, their elders, crying about not being able to marry children and have sexual relations with them. This is the type of individuals we're talking about. So when you guys are talking about, oh, you guys are ignoring people, no, we're not. We're prioritizing people. We definitely don't want people that are funding terrorism overseas. Like, you guys have to go. Like, there's one thing to just be a thief, but then it's another thing to be like, go after children, fund terrorism, and then you're stealing a bunch of money. So don't worry, we'll get around to all of you other people, but just keep in mind, we still prioritize. So don't think that everybody out of Psalms 83 is off the hook. You guys just wait your turn. Just wait your turn. But don't worry, you can go log in somewhere else. Guess what? I'm just one person. There's a Black American talking about you, what you're doing. Because we didn't start this, but we're now going to highlight what your communities do, since you guys want to try to lie and put stereotypes on us and spread misinformation about us. That's illegal.
Be seeing immigrants on this at breaking down in a way I just don't see Black Americans breaking down. And I think it's because they are finally, the veil is being lifted off of the promise of America. And I think that this is very crushing to them. They are grieving hard because they believed a lie that my people just didn't believe. Black Americans are more progressive. We progressed past the American dream lie. We're past that. I mean, we got some people who are stuck in their respectability politics era. But a lot of those people are first generations. They're not even Black Americans. Because I'm telling you right now, Black Americans are past respectability politics. We're past that because we already tried it. It's not that we knew already. We're not so enlightened by the fact that we're Black Americans. We tried everything. And that is the reason why every time an immigrant comes here, we try to let y'all know what the deal is with this country. And that's also why when you come into this country, they warn you about us. You think they warn you about us because we are dangerous and no, they warn you about us because we're going to tell you the truth. You might wake up a little faster if you hang out with Black Americans. That's why they don't want you hanging out with us. They don't want you near the truth tellers, obviously. So I really do feel sorry for the immigrants that the veil is being lifted from their eyes and they are crashing out. I be seeing so many videos of immigrants just so upset about the things that are happening in this country and mourning the loss of the American dream in a way that Black people mourn that shit. I think my mom mourned it in the 80s.
To say this with love but with truth, because some of our Somali brothers and sisters forgot who made them and aligned themselves with someone who despises what God designed. Many of them campaigned for the same man who called them garbage. Many of them voted for him. Many of them celebrated him. Many of them sat idly by while he was deporting brown people from other countries, hoping proximity to power would earn them some protection. But see, fearfully made people should know better than to trust a man who fears their very existence. And this is where we've got to challenge the painful divide between African immigrants and African Americans that are born here. Because sometimes our brothers and sisters come to America and try to distance themselves from Black folk that are already here. They get here and say, I know Black. But your Black behind found out this week that you was Black. Amen, somebody. Thinking whiteness will treat them differently. But watch this. Racism doesn't check your passport to see what country you come from. It doesn't ask what part of the globe you come from. Racism doesn't inquire about your tribe, about your clan, about your lineage. Racism sees melanin. It sees Africa. Racism sees your blackness. And when he opened his mouth and said, said garbage, he wasn't sorting through categories. He meant all of us. Come on, somebody. And here's to my black American friends who said, we're going to sit this one out because y'all voted for Trump. Amen. I get where you're coming from, but understand that though he said Somalis were garbage, he meant all y'all niggas is garbage. Can I help y'all? I'm telling you what he won't say. That's what he meant. Look at somebody and say, that's what he meant.
Bro, we're gonna call the police. We're calling the police. We're calling the police.
Fucking Muslim. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Get the fuck out of here, bitches.
Let me jump on this bandwagon for a little bit. So listen, black folks and white folks, we've been studying each other over here in the U.S. for over 400 years. We have. The difference between, though, us studying white folks and white folks studying us is white folks study us, but we are constantly moving the goalpost. Constantly moving the goalpost, right? And we move it because it's been imprinted on our DNA from our ancestors that we need to move it, right? We always need to be aware, on the lookout, and move, in stealth mode, right? We do that to protect ourselves. Well, we've been studying white folks for over 400 years. And they are so passive in their privilege that they never move their goalpost. So we've been studying them, and they the same as when they were 400 years ago, the same way. And let me give you an example of how we move our goalpost. We move our goalpost like the president of the Heritage Foundation, right? He said he studied African American studies. So he wrote Project 2025 based on his studies of African Americans. He did. What he didn't realize, and what he couldn't study because of it's imprinted in our DNA, is that we weren't going to go out there and protest. So he thought, they thought, when they were writing Project 2025, in order to enact the military, all they had to do was stir us enough to go out in them streets, right? And then it would have given the president the opportunity to go ahead and enact the military. We didn't do that. We moved the goalpost. And now they scratching their head like, now what we do? So you see? On the flip side, they never changed their goalposts. They're too, what do I say? They're too privileged, right? To change the goalposts. They don't know how, because they've never had to. And so when Black Americans tell Black folks coming from different countries and different islands, when we say to you that you need to look at history and you need to trust us because we know how to play the game, you need to do that. So the Somalians who didn't listen to us went ahead and voted for Jill Stein, who knows where she is, but also voted for Trump. And look what he just called you guys. He called your country dirty. He pretty much called you guys thieves, right? So what I'm saying is, let me just make sure I got time. Yeah, I got a little time. So what I'm saying is, now they are in their FOFA, right? Or FAFO stage. Had only they listened to us, they wouldn't have been in the FAFO stage. They didn't even listen to Black Muslims. Black American Muslims, they didn't listen to Black American Muslims, right? So, to that aspect, I say, may Allah give you your just rewards. And I can say that because guess what? I'm 59 years old and I've been a Muslim for 59 years. So yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it with my little brown skin. May Allah give you your just rewards, because what you did was mess with us. You messed with us. Okay? When you decided not to listen to us, you turned around and made it harder for us. Okay? As Black Americans that's been here. Okay? You are coming over here and you're not saying to yourselves, let me learn some history. Let me talk to some Black scholars, Black historians, right? You're not even saying that. You're just assuming. You're assuming that you know. You don't know shit. You only know what the books tell you, what the news tell you. And that's controlled by who? We all know who that's controlled by, so I don't even want to get into that. Okay? So, right now, it's your group. Next month, it'll be the Haitians, because they're about to tag their communities too. January and February. Oh, they're next. Okay? They're next. Because they come over here and they think they're better than us too. I'm sorry. Some of them. Some of them not. But some of them, yeah. They think that somehow we just been sitting around. Generation after generation, we're just sitting around. And that's just simply not true. But at any rate, that's my take on it.
Listen, y'all Latinos for Trump are getting on my motherfucking nerves. First, y'all vote for the dude. Then he gets elected. Then he does what he says he's going to do and deport that ass. And now that he's coming after your community, after he told you he was going to come after your community and you voted for him anyway, you're mad at us? What? How are you more mad at the people telling you I told you so than the people that are fucking you up? We're the ones that said, do not go behind that door. That door right there is a bunch of motherfuckers waiting to whoop that ass. And you go behind the door and they whoop that ass. And you're looking out the door as we said, we told you so. And you're mad at us, pointing, it's your fault as you're getting your ass whooped. No, it's the people whooping you.
Wrong to assimilate to a culture, like specifically America. Like, what culture can you assimilate here in America? Like, I kind of have to ask my question now, because when I see other countries get like invaded with immigrants and like the whole culture of that country changes. And I'm not going to go specifically what kind of people, but it's multiple groups. Now, specifically on the Somalis, since that's like a big topic right now, how do you expect them to assimilate? Because who assimilates in America? Because they're having this argument, oh, they're not Black, we're Somali. I feel like they don't understand what we're saying when we tell them that. The moment you take your narrow ass off that boat, that plane, that train in American soil, it's not that we're telling you to erase your entire background. It's just these crackers don't know the difference. And once they find out about you, they're going to figure out how to use and manipulate you. And then Black people are telling you, hey, you're Black. Remember, you are Black. And then I feel like all they hear is, I'm nothing like you, because they were fed a certain narrative about Black Americans. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this very politely. You will not be able to be here without Black Americans. That's all I'm going to say about that. But y'all hold on to this narrative about Black people, and you're so offended of hearing that term Black. But when Black is the reason why you're able to step foot in Minnesota, that word Black is the reason why you're even coming to America. But I digress. Genuine question, how are you guys supposed to assimilate? Because honestly, you go to California, different vibe. Texas, different vibe. Arizona, different vibe. North Carolina, Florida, big ass different fucking vibe. The only way I can genuinely say to probably make it make sense, you need to assimilate the foundation that was built for you to be able to get here. When we say, hey, you're black, it's the historical, it's the context of it. And we need you to be right here. But y'all be way over there because y'all get so manipulated in white America, and it's just weird to us. So that's why it's like a lot of black Americans are just taking a step back and just watching y'all squirm, and it's kind of funny. It's not funny, but it's just like we try to tell y'all, being black is not something to be offended about. It's just y'all need to get y'all history right.
Oh my goodness. So first things first, let me start off by saying this. I spoke with all black people on the planet, well, specifically in the U.S., all right, with Council of Negroids, and I'm going to be bold and speak on their behalf and say, we have nothing to do with ICE, okay? We have nothing to do with this whole ICE situation that's going on. We have nothing to do with the deportations, and we don't care. Damn. And I don't mean that in any type of mean or, malicious manner. I'm just saying we don't care. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. We have nothing to do with this. And I've noticed there are a lot of goofy clowns are trying to put black people in the fray of this. And no, we have nothing to do with it. Black Americans have nothing to do with what's going on in ICE. We have no dog in this fight. It just is what it is. All right. Y'all get deported. Y'all get deported. I don't know what to tell you, but we are not going to be protesting. We're not going to be looting. We're not going to be rioting. Whatever is happening right now, we have nothing to do with it. Now, what I do find hilarious is that we have the goofies who are trying to say that, oh, they're coming for you next. Oh, you got to be careful because they're coming for y'all next. You have to understand. Now, riddle me this, Batman. In order for you to say that they're coming for us next, that would imply that we haven't been attacked yet. That's what that would imply, okay? That we have gone this entire time without being attacked. And if that's what you believe, perhaps you should sit this one out, boo-boo. Perhaps you should sit your little self on the corner and, I don't know, do whatever you got to do. Sell your fruits, go to school, whatever it is, okay? But this conversation regarding black people, maybe you should definitely sit this one out because you are aggressively ignorant.
Wake up, nigga.
Of the history of this country and even presently today. We were the first ones. We were the guinea pigs for their hatred. I don't know if you happen to know this. So when you try to say that, oh, we're next, pimping, we've been here. we were number one in line when it comes to their hatred and, their vicious tactics and whatnot. Okay, their inhumanity towards people.
To this day.
We were the first ones. And so this whole next part, it didn't stop with us, bro. They just included y'all. That's the only difference. They still going for us. That has never changed, and that will never change because of the wickedness of some of these people's hearts. It just is what it is. Okay, that's why I say it's a lineage of evil. So when y'all say, oh, they coming for us next, pimpin'. If they were, right, if they were down or triple down, quadruple down on their hatred, bro, we gonna handle it. Just like our ancestors handle it, just like we handle it, and just like we'll handle it in the future. It just is what it is. So don't try and fear-monger black Americans, talk about, oh, they're gonna deport you next, or they're gonna do this. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. How about that? Okay. In the meantime, between time, essay, I suggest you should be worrying about you. That's what I think. Okay. Nevertheless, having said that, I just wanted to clarify that. Having said that, no ill will. But there is this woman who started a campaign called Latinas for Trump.
Hi, I'm Emiliana Garcia, and I founded Latinas for Trump on the premise of how important it was for me to convey to the rest of the world that there are a lot of Latinos and Latinas supporting Donald J. Trump.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and I hope you guys have seen all of that clips. And I will still keep saying it. If black Americans decided that they're no longer coming up for anybody, they're no longer standing up for any country, they're no longer standing up for any single skin folk, kind folks, whatever folks you are, and they want to just be minding their business, they want to just be taking care of their family, they want to just be taking care of their community, they want to just do the thing they know how to do best for themselves, I 100% agree with them. 100% agree with them, because these said black Americans have been one people that have come through for a lot of people that are so ungrateful. They've come through for a lot of people that never recognize the hard work they have put into building America. I can still say it and I will still be saying it. A lot of Africans migrating to America loves and appreciate white folks more than black Americans. I'm not saying that they should not appreciate white folks. Like I keep saying in my videos, it is not all white folks that are bad. Yes, it is not all white folks that are racist, right? But the fact that they idolize them, Africans idolize the white people more than black people, is so irritating to me as far as I'm concerned. I can even give you a scenario that even happened in this country that I am staying yesterday, Nigeria to be precise, where I literally was on the queue before this white woman walked into the queue. But to my greatest surprise, I can see the protocols telling the woman to proceed forward to make payment before me. I flame off. I was mad. I was like, I don't understand. I was literally standing before her. We all are paying for the ticket to get into the entrance gate. So why will you just come choose? He was like, no, you know, she's Oyibo. I was so pissed off. And trust me, guys, I said hell will be let loose if this woman pay before me. If she, because she never asks, that is the thing. The white woman never said, I want to bypass the queue. She was standing behind me. Before this man just felt like, oh, because these are black people standing, let me go and bring her as per who? Guys, I paid my money, made my way into the entrance before her. So that is to tell you the level of how we idolize white folks when it comes to Africa. And that is the level where even when they migrate to another country, they still have this mentality of idolizing these people. I'm not saying they should not, everybody should not have his or her own respect. I keep saying it. If you're going into anybody's country, right, you should be able to respect the rules and regulation of that country, respect people of the country that actually do, but not idolizing them more than the skin type that looks like you. But whenever you have issues, whenever Africans have problem, they want to call the attention of black Americans. Oh, you know, we look like each other. Oh, you know, we have the same hair texture. You know, we have the same skin color, and so on and so forth. You cannot call me to jump into your business when you have never recognized me in your life. So that is exactly what I'm going to be telling my black American people. Anybody that literally did not respect you people, respect what you people have built, and so on and so forth, and the person is in trouble, please walk past the person and go. Let the person actually sort out themselves. Because it is, I've said it, that it is because black Americans are more kind-hearted and they are more soft. That is why a lot of people are now trying to use their emotions against them. But anyways, you guys, let me know what you think, especially as a black American person watching this video. What do you think about this video? Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comment, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I like I say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And do not forget that this video is just for educational purposes. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. I love you guys. Mwah.